Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the build off series and we're gonna finish it up I think today. Let's get into it right away. Bye. All right guys, another day. I did go ahead last night and go ahead and throw everything together just so that I have an idea how it's looking. Okay. Got ahead. I went ahead. I'm having a real hard time with English lately and I apologize. I went ahead and everything has been mounted on. Got the fender on. I did realize I'm going to need to trim a little bit more. That's okay. That's why we do this. I did go ahead and I mocked up a support brace here, which this brace will come down to here. And I used the thinner square because it is pretty thick, but it also disappears. Whew. Didn't want anything hanging down and whatnot, but then another piece will go here, but it'll be bent exactly the same. We'll go directly center, come down and attach to the frame. I wish I didn't have to do that, and maybe I don't know. Maybe tying these two together will take that away. Maybe I can do another one up here and maybe that'll stop the, because you do get, when you're doing legs like this, and I think I said it before, you get side to side motion. So you've got these two attached to one place at the bottom. Normally you have something attached up here which stops the side to side so that it can't, so this side can't move and then this side can't move. Right now they both, with enough force, you can get them to both move. So my worry is if you're taking a turn, it would shift. I believe probably by doing that, I am now attaching these two together. And if I do it up here, now that they're both attached, they can't move because they're in unison. So maybe that's an option because I really don't want to stick anything here. I want this open. I want you to be, I don't know. Maybe I won't kill it. I just don't want to kill the look. Killing the vibe. So they say. I'm getting old. I'm gonna start working on my bars too. I am gonna go square tube. So I had these really nice bent pieces. So I'm gonna use these. That's what we're gonna go with. We are gonna do a round front fork, but we are gonna do some square bars to go with the square chain stays. Just trying to keep the whole diamond tube and round tube thing together. So yeah, so we're gonna jump on that real quick, at least knock these bars out. I'm trying to post these daily, so hopefully we'll just keep, every time I'm done with one, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna load it, post it, and once this is done and ready to go off to paint, you're not gonna see it again until February. Or if you guys come out to the show, I will put the flyer at the end of the video so you guys can see it, so you know when we're doing it, when the show's going to be. And if you can make it, come out, say hi. I'll have t-shirts, posters, free posters, stuff like that. So, all right, enough rambling on. Let's get back to work. I think something I might have left off is how scary it is to cut diamond tube, because sometimes when you're cutting sideways, it'll grab this and try to twist it, because you get caught in an area like right here and it wants to pull it up. And right now these are fine, but it'll catch it and try to like grab it and rip it. So be prepared, don't get hurt. Alright, so I did a little something different with these ones. We are going to, like I said, run the square bars. But you can see on the ends there what I did. Almost like fighting claws, they look like, right? Digging those. Went ahead and cleaned them all up now while I can still get to them. I still can't get in there, but I'll get in there with the Dremel later. I do got some tubing over there. I'm going to slice this up. Now I want to figure out, because I am going to lean them in pretty far. Probably like that far, just because I want to give it that I'm gonna stabby look. I'm wondering bars that come up like that would be kind of cool, because the more they're this way, and I did a pretty hard diamond here, so I went down really far, so it's going to give it a big spike. So if I go this way, then I have to tilt it more, and I only want it about there. So I think I'm going to do just a real small, I guess I can't do real small. These are gonna kind of dictate what I'm gonna do, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But I mean, they're still trick bars. They're gonna look cool. I'm gonna have to really come down though on these, or they're gonna stick way up here. Yeah. Oh, cool. So I guess we'll get on that. So here they are so far. I think they came out pretty good. I ended up going down instead of out. Reason being is the way the frame flows. If I would have went up with it, it would have been here and it would have brought the bars up, and it doesn't flow with the backbone. I like my bars. You can kind of see that they'll flow with the backbone. There'll be a big headlight on the front, so it fills up that space. And then I think it looks pretty good. And they look pretty menacing, you know, given the whole dragon theme and all. There we go. So ongoing theme here is that I ran out of 7/8. Seems to be what happens every time. So don't have enough to do grips. So I'm gonna go get some 7/8 tomorrow. Now we're gonna finish up the bars and we're gonna finish up the fork. Those are the things that I really want to get done. Looks like the forks were 1 inch, 1.5 inch tubing, not 5/8 like it usually is. So it's girthy. So we're gonna go get some more of that. I have some here, but that's for a frame, so I don't want to use it. So I'll just pick up another piece and cut that in half. I don't even think it's even used 2 feet of it. So should be no big deal. Other than that, we're gonna get back on this tomorrow. I'm gonna clean up. Look at this mess. Oh. Hey, sorry for the interruption. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for me and give me a thumbs up if you're liking this video. All right, let's get back to it. So this morning, picked up some more 7/8 so that we can go ahead and get those bars done. Let's just get right back into it. There we go. So these are basically done. I have a few more things I want to do, but I did go ahead and metal finished the grips inside of there. Got a little spot take care of there. Everything else nice and smooth. Looks really good. I am going to, and normally I wouldn't gonna get this excessive, but because I want these are show bars, I am, that crease that comes with the metal where the seam is, I am gonna go ahead and run a weld down that and then grind it smooth and then drop the bars. After I weld, I'll grind that away and that'll be nice and smooth, and then we won't have that seam anymore. And here's the grips I'm going to be using. I went with a real menacing style motorcycle grip. I just had to cut the end off of it for the where the throttle part goes, but those will go on like that there. Those look pretty cool. Any 7/8 motorcycle bars are going to work, guys, or motorcycle grips. So if you do want a different type of grip other than just your standard bicycle grip, just get a grip that's 7/8, unless you're running some 1-inch tube bars. In that case, if you made yourself some 1-inch bars, then you can go ahead and run a 1-inch grip. But they do make universal, just look them up on eBay, universal motorcycle grips. They come with little Allen keys on the inside to lock them in. I'll probably use some type of epoxy because I don't ever plan on taking it off. But yeah, so far so good. Next thing we're gonna get on is our front fork. Went and picked up some 1.5-inch tubing. The only thing I've got to make sure of is normally I use this 1.5-inch block here, and then I lay the extended brackets on here, and then I put the tube next to it. I do not know if that still works in this case or not because the tube's taller. So that is something I got to kind of look into. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just go as we play along. Hello, beautiful. How are you today? I like that. The seam is welded, disappears. Much better. So those are now done. Completed. Pretty cool. Let's get on to the fork. I'm probably going to need to take the frame off the jig so that I can set the fork up and figure out where we're going to be sitting. Like I said, never done this fork before. Never used a 1.5-inch leg. We'll see how this works. I think I'm just going to tack the extended brackets on for right now and then test fit everything, because on this one I do, just for an example, I do want to take the bracket and I want to run it and cut the metal at the same angle so that it all, so normally I'll just stop it, cut it and cap it, but then that just leaves it going this way and up. I want to run it all the way across. To do that, got to figure out what direction we're going in first. Let's just tack them on. We'll start from there. Okay, tacked on. Now you see what I'm talking about. If I leave them here, I want them to run in the same angle. So this will allow me to also test that. Again, guys, I want to thank Lawless so much for sponsoring my build here with the parts I needed. His triple trees, these things are a machine, like just unbelievably great. A little name in there. Underneath, you can mount the, he's got it so that you can mount the headlight bracket, which is super cool. Definitely taking advantage of that because it's going to come up in the front here. So these are super dope. Again, give him a follow if you guys need anything. He has pedals, he does handlebars, he does forks, full forks if you need full forks, he does square tube forks, he does bars, there's just a plethora of stuff that company produces, and he is a small business, so guys, go over there and help him out. I will link him again in the description. It's Lawless Bicycles. I'm going to put this together real quick, put the top on, put the bottom on, and then go get the wheel and see how that fits, and I'll just kind of bracket or just kind of hold everything down onto the table, and we'll see what happens from there. So yes, they definitely, okay. What I'm gonna have to do is find a way to get them to be spaced directly with the side here. No big deal, I can do that. Just add a spacer to the aluminum, put them on there, and then do that. I think that'll work, but man, these things look good. I like having the big beefy tubes like that. Definitely gives it some mass. All right, I was able to figure that out. I was able to move these out. Basically, they just need to be flat with the table, just like this. So it lays completely flat with the table. There we go. Lays completely flat here with the table. Is kind of where it needed to be. So I just added another spacer on top of what I use. And I just use an aluminum block, like I want to say it's 1.5 inches, maybe an inch, I don't know, 1/2 inch, I don't know, okay, whatever. I use the aluminum block for my legs. Normally you're using a 5/8. So normally your triple tree forks are going to be a 5/8 steel. Well, you can see this is not. This is 1.5 inch. So, which again makes it nice and beefy looking. So what I'm going to do now is figure out my line here. Then I'm going to cut these back off again, and then I'll put them back where they were. But like I said, I want that line to come across here. So we got to figure that out now. Let's try this. Let's chop that off. The fun part will be is getting these back to normal again when I go to attach them. There we go, legs are almost done. There's the angles I was talking about, all capped off, smoothed up. So now, if all goes well, something like that. Yeah, kind of like my drawing. So yep, let's take it over to the table, get those welded in for the last time. Now the interesting part will be to make sure that I have this exactly flat, but we'll figure it out.
could have.
All right, nice quick lunch. I think it's time for us to start getting all these parts over there. Gonna need to take the bike off the jig, do some clearancing on the head tube because I haven't done that yet. Put in the Lawless headset, super nice headset. I'm gonna put that in, check the fork, cut the legs to length that we're gonna need. Get everything, I'm gonna put everything together. I wanna get the headlight on, all of it together so that I can see it as a full frame. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse while I do that because it's gonna take me a second. Alright guys, so a few issues that I've run into, and this is by no means has anything to do with Lawless. This is just the way that my rake is. So because of the way the rake is, this bracket sits directly incline. Well, what that's doing is the headlight doesn't allow it to tilt enough. So it's putting it here, and I hate that. I like mine to be directly straight up and down. I've tried a few different things, and other than making a total another bracket, it's not going to work. So luckily I have these here that I've kept for a long time because I've never had tubes big enough for them to work. So those will work. I'll just use these, put those on there. It'll put the headlight where I want it, and I'll just have to take the headlight apart and use some nutserts so that it'll work. But honestly, I need to take a break. I'm at one of those moments where things are happening and they're starting to aggravate me, so I just need to walk away for a little bit and then come back to it. So I just had to step back for a minute, not make such a big deal about it, and get it where I needed it to be. I'm super happy with it. I am going to order a different mount though. I want to do, because of the color I'm doing, and I'm going to have this, I'm probably going to polish all this stuff. I'm going to do chrome on that too. Everything's looking up to par. Pretty excited about it. Check it out. Super cool. When she's mad, angry eyes. Give you a seizure. But yeah, looks super good. Super happy with that. Other than that, fork's good to go. We can see here, it did line up just like I wanted it to. Definitely great there. Fork worked perfect. Actually, this is a 4-foot piece, and I ended up cutting it in half, and it was just enough, which amazed me. But other than that, I just need to trim the head tube. I got these for these caps that Lawless makes. These are pretty cool. They kind of look like shields, but they'll go right on top of the holes there to cover those up. So that's going to be super neat. Excited to put those on. Still need to put on the rest. I got a big mess over here now because I had to do the headlight, but you can see it looks so much better. The headlight, just because the wheel's pushed out, at least in my eyes, the wheel's pushed out so far that it gives this really weird void. And if you don't have a headlight there, it just looks dumb. At least I think so anyway. I think it looks way better just like that. It's actually up in the front a little bit. I had to put an aluminum block. So the frame is actually right on top of a 2x4. So she's super low to the ground. I think I'm going to try to get with Lawless also and do a kickstand, one of his kickstands, because I don't really want to weld one on. And then all we got left really to do is break it down. I mean, she looks super cool. I'm pretty excited about this frame. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to get some B-roll there. This is the back wheel is going to come off now. Ship the back wheel off to get redone. Once the wheel gets back, I'm going to reassemble it again just because I still need to finish weld here and down in here and underneath. And we had one really big boo-boo. Sucks, and I hope I can correct it. But somehow when I put the frame in and I was putting the bottom bracket on, somewhere along the line, the bottom bracket turned. I'm going to have to cut it off. And I have already welded it here and here. And you can't see in camera. And it probably looks just fine, but I know that it is not 100%. I think it's actually tilted this way a little bit, and it's coming this way and this way a smidge. It might be fine, might not be, but I don't want to take a chance. I'm not going to get all this stuff done and find out that it's a problem. So I'm going to, with doctor-like precision, cut that off. Hands of a doctor. Once it's painted, final assembly, we go to the show. After the show is done, or even the day of the show, you guys will get to see it. And I may even record live on the day of the show. February 25th, I'm going to put the flyer at the end of the video and at the beginning, just in case you haven't made it this far. But again, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. Stay tuned for more content. I'm definitely going to need to take a break after this one. This was a long build. All right, guys, thanks again. I will see you later.
I could have